House Bill 3487. Imagine this. You own a small seafood restaurant on the Texas coast. Every night, your kitchen shucks hundreds of oysters. Normally, those shells end up in the dumpster, but under a new state law, if you recycle those shells through an approved program, you can shave money off your sales taxes each month. What the bill says it does? House Bill 3487 encourages restaurants to recycle oyster shells by giving them a small tax deduction for every 50 pounds they turn in. It's presented as a win for conservation and marine restoration. What it actually does. It gives the Texas Comptroller full control over which recycling programs qualify for the deduction and how participation is verified. This means large seafood chains and established industry groups gain recurring tax breaks while smaller or independent recyclers may be left out. The program has no end date and no public review process. Who benefits? Big coastal restaurants and seafood companies, recognized recycling programs and oyster mariculture groups, nonprofits tied to state-approved conservation projects. Who pays the price? Small or independent recyclers that aren't recognized. Taxpayers who cover the lost state revenue, and communities with no access to qualified recycling programs. Why this matters. House Bill 3487 links a good cause, reef restoration, to a permanent tax carve-out that lacks oversight. It sounds like environmental progress, but it shifts control to a single office and lets a small circle of players profit from state-backed recognition. When tax breaks expand for niche industries, ordinary Texans eventually make up the difference through reduced services or higher costs elsewhere. Questions to ask your lawmakers. Why give the comptroller unchecked power to decide which programs qualify? And shouldn't there be a public report or sunset review to show if the program works? And how will the state ensure that smaller restaurants and independent recyclers have fair access? Bottom line, House Bill 3487 rewards a good idea, but builds it on a weak oversight, leaving power and benefits in the hands of a few, while Texans hold foot the quiet cost.